Hello everybody, it's Harry Box for the Technical Trader at techtrader.com. It's Tuesday night, June 6th. These are the charts of the day. I'm going to start off today with looking at some of the indices. There was a pretty bad plunge in the afternoon here as the NASDAQ 100 generals took it on the chin. It bounced late in the day, didn't do much for me, particularly on the S&P. Is this a top or is it a normal pullback to the channel? If you look at the longer term pattern, you'll see that it's a 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know whether we can get wave 5, or basically this is a 1, 2, 3 and down we go. At this point, you're going to look at your key support would be around the 58, 38 area, where the 50 period moving average is. Then a gap and gap fill around 58, 20, 22. On the S&P, similar pattern, a very steep channel, a 1, 2, 3, 4 wave move. Your supports are around 24, 25, where the rising 50 period moving average is on the hourly charts. And beneath that, the 24, 18, 20 area. Obviously, if it gets deeper than that, we're looking at 24.05. I would hate to see that, that's for sure. But today was a nasty looking afternoon slide. We'll just have to see if it's an anomaly or it means more than something else. Today I'm going to take a look at something we haven't looked at in a while, and those are some gold stocks. I saw an unusual thrust in gold today, as witnessed by our JNUG trade, which is a terrific trade today. But a few sample stocks in that group that I want to show you are AG. Now this is more of the silver stock, but I'm looking at gold and silver. AG, which had that big run up and pullback, has been forming a base since October, November. Today it spiked up out of a falling wedge with a breakaway gap on strong volume of 6.9 million and closed right at the upper end of the range. We're going to watch the declining tops line and lateral price resistance, which come in first at about a little bit above where we closed. There's some price resistance at 936 on AG, and I'll be looking at around the 960 area, where if we get through that, we're looking at 11. So 960 and 11 potential targets going forward. Is 3.44 days to cover on that. Now, AU is another major player. This is Anglo Gold. You'll see the big run up that it had during the gold run last year. And then the pullback, of course, in 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves down, and then the base. The base looks like a coiling base type pattern. The declining top line, the short term, was broken with a breakaway gap on a strong volume of 6.1 million. And we may see a run up toward the 13, 13.5 level, which would be a good test. If we get through that, we're looking at a whole new trend in some of these gold stocks. A few more to look at. IAG, quite interesting, had that run from about $1.15 to 6, a 5-fold increase. And yet, the come down, the pullback, wasn't as steep as some of the other golds. The retrace wasn't as big. There's a lot of support down here near the 3, 3.25 range. But today it had a breakaway gap and a run of 12.2%, one of the biggest price gains of any gold stock per se, as opposed to ETFs. You look at JNUG, which is the leading ETF we trade, look at that move today. Exploded pre-market, formed the coil, and at the opening it popped with big volume, formed the wedge, we were all over it. It then ran from about 1835 to 2055 for a beautiful day trade, never breaking support all day. Gotta like that one. What's the daily look like? Well, the declining tops line was broken, and there is right above here at 2089 is the 50-day moving average, and the prior high 2120. So that 2090, 2120 area, which should be challenged early tomorrow, is a key level. If we break through that, we're looking at 24, 27, and maybe more. Something to keep an eye on. 17.58% gain today. The volume was a hefty 31.1 million. Looks like about the second biggest volume ever traded in this stock ever. For a breakaway day, perhaps significant. And a sister ETF Nugget jumped also 14.4%, broke out of the wedge as well. The volume was 21 million in this one. So we'll be watching the same thing there. Now for a review of some stocks. Bluebird, huge move and a beautiful follow through, but it may have been too far too fast. As 4 days ago, this was 74.45, and today's high 104.90. So looking at a 30-point run straight up in 4 days. Now the volume is huge. It may be a short-term peak, or it may be time for an acceleration that takes it all the way up to 120. I think though we may see a pullback consolidation in this area first, and then maybe a run. We'll see. FEYE, gotta like this chart. 1, 2, 3, 4 gaps. 2 breakaway gaps, a running gap, and a running gap, and we haven't gotten to the exhaustion gap stage yet. There's key resistance up here. This is nearly a triple top. If we can get this through 16.25, maybe even tomorrow. The stock could be an $18 and $20 stock going forward. 3.8 days to cover on that one. GLYC, some of the people in the room today got excited about it. I'm not yet. I'll tell you why. Although I like the overall structure and I give you a swing on it, the stock has pulled back to test support. You have to stop this under 10.25. Today's bounce was an inside day on lower volume. I don't like that. I want to see heavier volume and stock through 13.25 and then taking out 14.25 half area. Those are the resistance levels there and there. Eventually, a retest of 17 or better should occur. There's 8.26 days to cover on that. How about a little chem? It popped out, a beautiful wedge, ran with 1.6 million, 7% or 97 cents, and at this point I'm looking for 17, 17 and a half. Momentum, look at this chart. Massive move from 14 to 63 and still moving. I got a target of 70, 80, 90 going forward, unless it gets interrupted, of course, by some sort of dramatic reversal. 55 is my support. I would stop under that. NDSO, big day today. Our swing, which we started at here at 61, reached 79.91, almost 80. 18 points right there, folks. It's gone through lateral resistance here, and through the top of the channel. It's accelerating. May very well see a follow through at 84.5 with 9.2 days to cover on that one. Great day for OCLR. That's all claro. Keep calling it Ocular Therapeutics. That's another stock. But OCLR broke out today across, out of the wedge, across lateral resistance to the climbing tops line and even secondary resistance. And it closed right there. So a gain of 8.7% on almost 40 million shares today. That's huge for that stock. I've never seen that volume traded ever. I would not be shocked to see it test and take out 11:30 as early as tomorrow. If it does, we're looking at 12:13 minimum. OLED is flying. Literally from October of last year at 47. It's now almost triple at 124.5, reaching 125.20 today. The breakout of this coil yesterday and follow through today could lead to 130.33 range. 4.7 days to cover. Square is also one of those stocks that we found here on a swing around 12.75. It's now doubled at a high today of 24.44. Although it's a little bit long in the tooth and at the top of the channel, and I'd be careful with it. If momentum carries it forward, we could see another 2-3 points on it. Teledoc, same thing, but this one just broke out of a wedge and is accelerating. It's at mid-channel. The all-time high is only a couple points above here at 35.32, about almost 2 points from here. We may see that as quickly as tomorrow. Strong momentum, but my swing targets, two of which have been met already, has one more around mid-30s. Eventually, that could very well get to 40, especially with 15.8 days to cover short. Another good day for Tesla. Exploded all the way up to 360, or almost 359.49. That was my target, right in this area, 355.60. So at this point, despite the fact that it's accelerated through that channel with big volume, you got to be careful because it could reverse. I would keep a stop though under 334. My target, 395. Winnebago, in sympathy with Thor, which had great earnings, exploded today without any of their own earnings. It was up nearly 2 points or 7%. Strong volume for this stock, 1.7 million, the biggest volume on an update since October when it gapped up there. So even though it's at declining tops line, the lateral resistance, I'm looking for a follow through to get to about 30.75. And eventually, possibility exists, we may see this move up to the mid-30s. But I'll keep an eye on this one and see if it sets us up for a swing potentially. And finally, XPO on the long side today broke out of a consolidation. And this swing, which we gave you back here almost a year ago, 11 months, has now moved from the low 30s to the high 50s. And I have a target of 65 going forward with 7.7 days to cover. That's the long side of it. Let's take a look at some boxer shorts. CATM, although I feel it's gotten to my target zone down here, it just won't rally. And it looks so weak at this point, even though we may see a bounce somewhere between 36 and 7. I'm looking for lower levels. I think we can see 30 and even 27, 8 range. Very weak. Dillard's department stores among a slew of very weak retailers. Broke out of its rising wedge today. Its volume picked up, dropping 3.37%. I can still see 42, 38, 37, something like that going forward. Another one is Dick's. Broke down here, that's the bear flag. Crushed, another bear wedge. And today down another $1.24, 3%. I'm not so sure it's going to hold 38. I think we may see 33, 34. Foot Locker as well, getting whacked. Breakaway gap, a beautiful bear wedge, and a drop from 60 just in the last week to 55, looking for a test of this level at 51, maybe less. IPHS, despite the little mini bounce today, an engulfing session, I'm not too excited about that. The volume wasn't big. Technicals are kind of flat. Look, if it gets above 46, you're out. But any break below 42, and this stock could very well be 36.7 quickly. MSM, that's MSC Industrial, broke the wedge there, forming another flag of sorts right there. For me, if it breaks here and today dropped 326, this could quickly drop towards, I think, about 75 and maybe 70. PC Mall, one of our boxer swings, is looking like it wants to go lower. Big smack, and that's the best it can do, a bear coil or bear flag. Either way, if it breaks, 14.5 and maybe as low as 10 or 11 could ensue. Rider Systems, breakdown with a breakaway gap, a little mini bear flag, a roll over to support, and a bounce to form another bear wedge. It looks pretty ugly in here, folks. That's all I gotta say. At this point, 63 is support, target is 58 or less. Seagate, looking awfully gnarly in here. This is a barely hanging on to the trend line. Today it looked like it might have broken it, but the price support at 41.20 if taken out, and it closed at 41.89, could roll it over hard to fill the gap at 38, or even lower to 36 and 33. Vertiv, I gave you a new one today, broke down hard, formed a rising bear wedge, and I'm calling this down for wave 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should take us to 35. It may go to 29. WCC or Wesco also forming a bear coil underneath resistance after breaking the top pattern, unable to get through twice there. And today dropping $1.65. If this breaks, targeting 52. Finally, XEC has reached the bottom of its channel. Now, I don't think it's done yet because I think it's wave 1, 2, and 3. But you're at the bottom of the channel near lateral support and near my target. So at this point, look for maybe a bounce or a weak flag or something, and then a move down to 93. Folks, that's it for tonight. You guys have a good evening. I'll talk to you later.